Welcome, friends. This is Red Ice Radio. My name is Henrik, and it is a pleasure to have you with us today. We are coming to you from Sweden, up in Scandinavia, but you can reach us worldwide, of course, through our website, redicecreations.com. Take a look at our Twitter feed, YouTube channels, and our RSS and podcast feeds on our website, so you can follow us at your convenience. And please check out our program with MEP Nigel Farage, the British member of the European Parliament, and the follow-up show we did with David Icke last week on the topic of the European Union and the massive corruption that is taking place as the EU Commission, the Eurocrats, and their elite minions are trying to form another superstate pretty much right under our noses. So please have a listen to those two very important programs for more information about the Lisbon Treaty, if you haven't heard about that before, and what really is going on there. These are two programs that are up and available right now on our site. Spread them far and wide, please. It's a very important subject. Okay, in any regard, I hope you're comfortable wherever you are, in front of the computer, on your couch, relaxing in your bed maybe, or taking a walk with your headphones on, as we're going to spend some time with our good friend Freeman, who joins us again on the program today to discuss the latest info on the occult and the sorcery in the government and in the media. If you haven't seen the lecture with Freeman that we have up on Red Ice, do take a look at that. We filmed it over in London at the AV2 conference when we were there, and it was so much fun to hook up with you there, Freeman. This was at the beginning of June, and since that time he has released one of his presentations on DVD on the same subject. It's called Obama, Cloning, and the Coming Space War, and this is some of the stuff that we want to talk about here today. FreemanTV.com, that's the main website where you can find more information about his latest DVDs, his own radio show, and much more. But also check out thefreemanperspective.blogspot.com for more updated articles and whatnot. Welcome back to Red Ice Radio, Freeman. It's great to have you back again.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here, Henrik. And it was so great to finally actually shake your hand.
Exactly. Finally, we got to meet up. And I mean, you've been traveling around a lot since that time. You stayed over in the UK for about a month, I guess. Did you enjoy yourself when you were over there in the UK?
Absolutely. Freeman fans are the best. I'll say that right offhand. We had the best time, and we just went from home to home with people that enjoy the Freeman perspective, and they showed me, I mean, we took about 10-mile hikes every day. They showed me so much symbolism and esoteric architecture and things that I had a grand time, and I have some amazing film and photos to put together.
I know what it is in London is jam-packed with it. We were there not only this year, then at the end of May, beginning of June, but last year as well, and doing a kind of a little bit of tour ourselves, walking around. We had some really interesting footage of London, with all the freaking dragons there, all the street names, all the ancient stuff that is going on there in regards to the more kind of occult and esoteric subject matters related to like architecture and stuff like that. And I really actually enjoy London as well. I think it's a nice city. On top of that, I don't get too much of a bad vibe overall of the city. How did you feel about it?
Same way. I really loved it. I mean, if I were going to live somewhere, I would consider it.
Yeah.
I really did love it there.
It's really good. Hey, I want to ask you before we kind of go into some of the Obama stuff here, the main things about the space war, all the cloning issues and all that stuff. A little bit about Michael Jackson. I haven't followed this issue too close. There's a lot of kind of synchronistic bloggers out there that have been writing a lot of this. One thing I wanted to get your take on is this Egyptian bust and the similarity to Michael Jackson's. Pretty much looked like a surgically enhanced Michael Jackson on top of that. You saw this one, didn't you?
Absolutely. Actually, I just put an artwork up on the blog showing the split face. I mean, they're identical again, just like Obama and Akhenaten. It's incredible. I'll be working up a new article on this for sure. There are definitely some interesting stories, but we'll get to the Michael Jackson story. But the bust, looking at that and thinking about life as we know it, reality as we know it is not reality as it is. And, you come up to a lot of stories about time-traveling Nazis if you start looking deep into the black ops and the occult. Mm-hmm. And, looking at a bust of Michael Jackson like that really makes me wonder if we don't have this time travel capabilities and that the elite are going back and ruling civilizations in the ancient past. Can you imagine? Because you look at Michael Jackson's paintings that he had commissioned, and he has himself painted as Apollo. He has himself painted being coronated as king.
Yeah.
He bought King Tut's, a replica of King Tut's golden sarcophagus. And when asked if he was going to be buried in that, he said, "No, I'm going to live forever." And I really wanted to question that theory because he did put a lot of emphasis to his death. Now, when Princess Diana died, he was saying, "There's going to be another one, and I hope it's not me." That's what he said when Princess Diana died. And then when, let's see, what was the other death he connected to himself? Sorry, I lost that little tidbit.
That's all right. We can bring it up later on. But I mean, he had this name of like the king of pop, right? So he always kind of attributed himself to be some kind of king. And the weird thing here as well, I think, is that there's kind of a play in regards to Obama here as well, actually, because they found this, not a bust, but inside one of the monuments down in Egypt when he was there. They found a very similar replica of Obama down there. Did you see that one?
When he was with Zahi Hawass.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. And then Zahi was like, "Well, no, I think you look more like King Tut." And I kept screaming, "No, he looks like King Tut's father, Akhenaten."
That's right.
I felt like maybe they were trying to confuse the issue, get everybody thinking about King Tut, no one thinking about Akhenaten.
Yeah.
Because I really think they know this stuff. I really do think this is going on. This is too much for my brain to think that it's all coincidence, because the attack of Apophis and the connections all along the way that we'll get into just make it too surreal to be coincidence. There's just too many instances, too many connections. And so you really got to wonder.
Absolutely.
But
go ahead.
just one last thing on the Michael Jackson bust. When you start looking at these elite or, pseudo-elite like Britney Spears and Dan Aykroyd, if you watch a video called Britney on Drugs, which is on YouTube, you'll see Britney trying to explain to Kevin Federline, is it, how there is time travel.
Yeah, that's right.
She is just adamant. No, this is real. I know it's real. And then when you watch Dan Aykroyd, look up for Dan Aykroyd and Men in Black, Dan Aykroyd was on the telephone with Britney Spears, and all of a sudden this limousine of Men in Black vanished in front of his face.
Okay.
While he's on the phone with Britney Spears, Men in Black appear, and then he looks back up and they're gone.
Okay.
And so we got all these strange connections between these groups. And if you go to my blog and you look up the Anna Nicole Britney and Mind Control article, you'll see I've added to it, and that now there is at the hotel at the Hard Rock Cafe in Florida, in Hollywood, Florida, where Anna Nicole died. They have a massive display to the pop stars in the hotel where Anna Nicole died, and who you see is Britney Spears, Michael Jackson, John Lennon, and Madonna, all in this one display. And of course, almost all of them are dead now.
Well,
or freaked out in some weird way. I'm sorry, not dead, but definitely appearing to be some sort of mind control slaves.
There is something weird with that, and I'm thinking of Michael Jackson as well. If we think about him from the perspective of another kind of solar deity, as many of the rock stars kind of are portrayed, he died, let's see, 25th of June, right? And that is actually 3 days after the summer solstice, the 21st of June, when it kind of peaks. And if you tie in that factor that it takes 3 days for the sun to actually begin to turn its way back again, so to speak, it actually becomes the 25th, which is like the day the sun dies. You know what I mean? So there definitely is that kind of solar theme going on with Michael Jackson here as well.
If you also take into account that if he was injected as